My Uncle Slappy told me that if I want to refinance my house, I have to take down my interest rate at least 2% for that to make sense. George, is that correct? Well, thanks for coming into thecreditjungle.com today.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
And you know what? If Uncle Slappy is talking about 25, 30 years ago, then yeah, that would have been a correct statement. But now where home prices and loan amounts have gone up so much, there's really, instead of the 2% rule, there's what I call the 2-year rule. And here's how you figure out whether or not it makes sense. So again, this is a function of basically just two things. It's what are the closing costs? And when we're talking closing costs on a refinance, we're only looking at the one-time non-recurring fees. So the fees that you only pay once, the appraisal, the title fees, the lender fees, and that's it. Because the escrows for taxes and insurance and all that other stuff, you're going to pay those either way. So if you add them into the new loan amount, you're just going to get a refund back from your current lender for the escrows that they've already collected. But the 2-year rule says, will I be able to pay back my closing costs within 2 years? So for example, on a $500,000 loan that's at 6.5% interest, if we refinance and only go down 1% on the interest rate to 5.5%, that's a reduction in the payment of $320 per month. Now, the closing costs, the one-time non-recurring fees, are going to be about $3,600. Well, guess what? $3,600 divided by 320 bucks, that's less than a year to break even on that. Well, what if your loan amount is lower? Well, for example, if your loan amount is $300,000, those closing costs are not going to be much less. Maybe they're a few $100 less. Let's just say that they're $3,500, but the payment is still going to decrease by $195 a month, and you still break even on that in less than 2 years. That's about an 18-month break even on that one. So as long as you believe that you're going to be in the home for at least another 2 years, because you have to get to your break-even period, it may make sense to refinance your home for a much smaller incremental drop in your interest rate, and I'd be delighted to run those numbers for you. Thanks for coming into thecreditjungle.com today. This is George Anderson, and I hope to talk to you soon. Take care.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be.